Welcome to our latest episode of Tyden Talks. Today's discussion is centered on cross-border security as the U.S. continues to benefit from nearshoring growth along the Mexican and U.S. border. And for April's episode, we are rejoined by our Senior Director of Technology Products, Don Kepley. Don, welcome, and thank you for joining us today.
Hey, Jeremy. Thank you for having me. I think this is my third podcast, so I appreciate you having me back.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, it's always great to, have you on the episodes because, just like last week, we were talking about cross-border security and, the Port of Laredo, now being again the number one international, trade port. I think it was just under $25 billion two-way trade. Recently I read an article on it. So it just made sense that we have this discussion and you could share some of those same insights you'd share with me, with listeners. So kind of begin the discussion today. Could you share what challenges today companies are facing that are trying to implement GPS tracking technology along the Mexican border?
Yeah, absolutely. As you mentioned, trade has definitely increased along the U.S.-Mexico border. And every day we see it on the news with issues with immigration and trafficking and contraband. So it's really more important now than ever to have visibility on your conveyances as they approach the border. Visibility solutions don't deploy without challenges. Obviously, there's some cost that must be justified. Device deployment processes also need to be established. Data analytics and mining, too much data can be as much of an issue as not enough data. So making sure that you analyze the data is really important. And then data security, making sure that you're storing and sharing sensitive data and you're protecting it.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it makes perfect sense. And, there's clearly advantages to having the GPS tracking to secure your cargo and monitoring. But as you say, there's a lot of, action and different things going on in the background, but it's clearly revolutionized the way that cargo is being transported across the border.
Yes, absolutely. Shipment visibility has revolutionized the way cargo is transported across the border. Companies can keep track of their shipments in real time and they can make corrections before the shipment actually arrives to the border. Identifying suspicious events such as unauthorized stops or unusual route variations, and of course door breaches, all result in a safer, more secure supply chain.
Absolutely. And I was thinking on how recently you and I've spent a lot of time talking on a lot of the agriculture products being shipped across the border and obviously the different tracking and monitoring and the sensors that all tie into that data that's being collected. I think has become, almost a critical part of going across the border nowadays.
Absolutely. Again, it's, along with, the GPS locates and the door breaches, these devices today have a variety of sensors that include temperature, humidity, shock and impact. So along with security, GPS solutions also provide, just valuable insight on the cargo condition and the various threats that can be corrected and avoided on future shipments.
I think the one statement you said to me that really stood out the most was because we've been doing this such a long time, especially our company with its, 150th year and, been making security seals for so long. But now it's about securing the inside and the outside of the conveyance. And this is that sort of combination of the mechanical security seal with the tracking, and technology monitoring seals.
Yep, absolutely. It's, knowing what's going on with your cargo is critical and the information is there. Security is important, but cargo condition can be as important to, folks in your company that are quality control oriented. It's a reliable way to secure shipments and ensure that they arrive safely and on time. Knowing when your shipment is getting ready to approach the Mexican-U.S. border is alone, that's valuable information to have. But knowing when it actually clears customs, it'll help you to improve estimates and take the guesswork out of when your shipment's going to arrive. You'll be able to know immediately the accuracy of your departure times. You can confirm your route deviations just to make sure that your driver's not going somewhere he's not supposed to go. Of course, it's going to enhance your cargo security. We talked about the cargo condition status. We'll know in real time. All of this is designed to reduce the theft, reduce the risk of contraband, and ensure that your shipment is safely and securely approaching and crossing the border. I always recommend that a customer, take a look at a proof of concept project. We can do a 30 or a 60-day project and put some live devices on your shipments. We can give you full access to our platform. And I don't think I've ever done a project where the customer didn't learn something about their shipment. So these proof of concept projects are easy to deploy. It gives, like I said, gives you a full opportunity to see the information that you can get.
Yep, absolutely. And, I think that's it. You're getting that test run, right? You're able yourself in real time to prove it out and say, hey, it's doing what we need to do. And obviously from there you can make a decision to either expand the program, or maybe you just need it in limited areas. Maybe there's certain zones where you have more problems than others, and you can use it just sort of to handle those specific spots.
So we've also had customers that have actually just used them for a short time to find out where their risk was in their supply chain. Corrective actions can be taken, and new procedures can be put in place. So, a lot of times just helping to identify where the gaps are.
So these proof of concepts, Don, this is something that somebody could discuss with you in person, I assume, because I was just thinking you're at the Logistics World Summit in Mexico. I believe it's the end of the month, April 26th, 27th.
Yes, I'm really excited about attending this. This is the first time I've been to the Logistics World Summit. It's in Mexico City this year on the 26th and 27th. We'll be at booth 2300 if you'd like to come by and talk about some of your, maybe questions or concerns you have with your supply chain. But we're really looking forward to this conference.
Excellent. Well, that's terrific. And, Don, thank you again for, another terrific discussion. Obviously I look forward to our future ones, since we're always having these discussions, about how we can make the world, more secure for our customers, safer, more productive, obviously.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeremy. I appreciate the opportunity again. And if anybody would like to contact me directly, my email address is don.kepley@TydenBrooks.com. Shoot me an email and let me know if you have any questions. But we'd very much like to get involved with helping you secure your products.
Outstanding. And to our listeners, kindly follow our podcast on your favorite platforms. If you wish to learn more about TydenBrooks, we're of course on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. And please also take a moment to review our websites at TydenBrooks.com and TydenBrooks.uk.